wherever you're watching WY TV. Bonjour, bonsoir, bon après-midi, bienvenue. I decided to go in French language today. Yeah, welcome to another edition of News Review brought to you by Wisdom Television. I am Odwayo Adelere. And with me in the studio this morning,
I'm Ambassador Rochimolilo. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you all over the world. To all our friends in Ghana, Aquaba. You are welcome to another edition of News Review. Please keep on watching WYTV.
We are on all social media platforms. We are on Facebook, on YouTube, on X account, on TikTok, on Instagram at Wisdom Yard Online TV. Search for us anywhere on the social media platform. We are available. And do not forget to join the WhatsApp community on 070-1010-8549. We want to appreciate all our viewers who are always staying glued, always staying tuned to WYTV, both home and abroad. We say a very big thank you to you, because without you, what are we doing? Likewise, we want to appreciate our sponsor, Nokpa Herbals, the Ogbonge Herbals. Nokpa Herbals deals with Nokpa Herbal mixture, Herbal Cool, Herbal Tonic, Herbal Bitters, Herbal Flusher Powder, Herbal Energy Powder, whichever you need. You can send a DM or call the number 070-1010-8549 to place your order. Do not forget to adorn your health with Herbal, because health is wealth. And like my fellow colleague would say, you should not put Nigerian matter on your head, but when it comes to your health, please put Nokpa on your head. Because your health is the #1 priority. Yes, you know how we did on the show. Bring to you news that made it to the top. We'll go on a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk on the one we should talk about. But funniest part is we will not be the only one talking. You can as well drop your own comments in the comment section. You can call in on the number 070-1010-8549. Let you know your own mindset as well towards whatever we'll be discussing. So today will not be an exception. On Punch newspaper this morning, we have presidential fleet. 200 families displayed as NAF demolishes houses. Ajero honors police summons, false terrorism allegation. Canada ends visitor to work permit policy. On Vanguard newspaper, we have exploitative pricing. Traders get 1 month notice to crash prices. Why cement prices are high? Boa boss. Catholic bishops urges federal government to resolve rising food prices hardship. Insecurity, Nigerian army on victory path, says Lagbaja. And on Daily Post newspaper, we have DSS gets court order to freeze 20 bank accounts of female suspected terrorists. Nigerian government issues traders 30 days ultimatum to crash prices. Fire raises Lagos government staff quarters in Lagos. University of Ibadan student begins fresh protest over increment of school fees. These are the news that made it to the top today. Let's go on a short commercial break to our sponsor, Nokpa. When we come back, we'll continue from where we stopped. Don't go nowhere, stay tuned, we'll be right back.
When life breaks into the beautiful splendor of nature, and the kids can't just resist the temptation to explore to its zenith with the full assurance that the perfect backup is on the way for a perfect refilling. Nokpa, we always come to the rescue anytime, anywhere, any day, anyway, anyhow, round the clock. Your family just can't get a better companion aside Nokpa. Nokpa Herbal Mixture, your family's best bet.
With Nokpa, healthy living is guaranteed for me and my family.
With Nokpa for management of power.
You're welcome back from that short commercial break. That is our sponsor, Nokpa. Remember to adorn your health with Herbal, because health is wealth. So the first one here says that before we even go into the body of the news, I tend to get different kind of news in Nigeria on a daily basis, and the news that comes out every day keeps on surprising me. The aspect of one now, like you do say, our judiciary is kind of faulty, and I think I want to stand on that instance as well. Whereby somebody stole, I am not encouraging theft. I am not encouraging
It's not
stealing.
a kind, don't use that word kind of faulty.
Okay, it's faulty.
Yes, it's faulty.
I am not encouraging stealing. I am not encouraging theft. I am not encouraging you taking what does not belong to you. But in a situation whereby somebody was convicted for stealing just 2 tubers of yam and sentenced to 9 months imprisonment. And there are lots of people out there that stole billions, not even millions now, billions of naira, and they are just told to pay.
What you just mentioned now, that you were not encouraging theft, you are not encouraging stealing and other than. But the judiciary system in Nigeria is encouraging stealing. If you know you want to steal, you steal an amount of money in which, when you get to court, there is going to be a kind of negotiation between you and the judiciary system. Because when you look at what happened, if somebody stole 5 tubers of yam, 2 tubers of yam, just 2 tubers of yam. And when you look at the person that stole that 2 tubers of yam, maybe the guy is hungry. That was the reason why he went, though it was not an excuse. But when he got to court, he was given 9 months imprisonment.
9 months.
Ibori that stole billions of naira in Nigeria, was given the fine of 100,000 naira to go and pay 100,000 naira. Then Ibori was discharged and acquitted. After, when he has left this country, when he got to the US, he was arrested. Then Ibori confessed categorically that he was guilty of the charge that the Nigerian government says he should go and pay 100,000 naira for. So when you look at the judiciary system, you know that the judiciary system is faulty. Anybody that want to go into stealing, there was, I think it's an ex-minister or an ex-senator, I've forgotten, recently, that was taken to court. Do you know what he said? He said, please, let us bargain. What's the bargain? That, okay, I'm ready to return so amount of money, so the rest should be given to me so I can go free of charge.
And
which it was granted.
So that is not our major.
So are you now telling me that anybody that want to venture into stealing in Nigeria now, we look at the judgment of the person that stole 2 tubers of yam that was sentenced to 9 months imprisonment, and somebody that stole billions of naira, at the end of the day they say you should go and pay 100,000 naira. Then automatically the person will venture into stealing a large amount of money. No, that is why you see our politicians stealing money in public offices, because then when they get to court, they are going to solve the issue. Nothing else will happen. Look at the Keremadu.
Keremadu is not serving his sentence here in Nigeria.
In Nigeria.
If it were to be in Nigeria, it would have been
another fresh charge against the Keremadu now. As at yesterday, can that happen in the history of Nigeria? And we say we have a law in Nigeria.
Because we still have lots of people that are still on the. We have Yahaya Bello on the run presently.
Yahaya Bello is still there. Nothing happened. Emefiele is there. Emefiele was appearing in court. At the end of the day, before you get to know, there are some set of body that will be set on the ground to go and tell the president to, you know, that Emefiele was taking order from so person. If Emefiele was taking order from Omowani, please, is the son of the soil. Let's see how we are going to end this case and let it go.
It is well. When Kekere was being sworn in, somebody came out of the judiciary. Joe, this is not our major body, but it needs to be discussed. Once somebody came out and said, if Kekere wants people to actually believe in the judiciary, then everybody that brings cases to the court, they should do it accordingly, the way it should be. Because that is when they can actually trust the judiciary.
Let me tell you this. Let's wait and see what the pregnant night of Kekere will give back to with what we are seeing now. Okay.
So, to the discussion of today, the first one says, exploitative pricing. Traders get 1 month's notice to crash prices.
That is a welcome idea, but if the traders are getting 1 month from the federal government to crash prices, automatically the federal government has his own role to pay. They have their own role to pay. When the price of petrol skyrocket, what are you telling me? Before when Muhammadu Buhari was there, we were buying 30 liters of petrol for 6,000 naira. 6,000 naira. But now 30,000 naira for the price of 30 liters petrol. Are you now telling me, for me to afford my vehicle 30 liters to take the vehicle probably to the market, I now have some set of people hired me and say, okay, they want to move from their goods from one place to another. Do you think I'm not going to charge?
You will.
Do you think I'm not going to see how I'm going to get my own money, my own gain, and out of that gain, that 30,000 that I've paid to purchase that PMX? will be left out. Now, when they are coming out, I believe the government has a lot to do. Okay, now 3 days before the protest, they said there was an outlet over Nigeria where they are going to sell rice for 40,000 naira. Where are the outlets? Was the rice distributed in the whole country within 24 hours? So then you know how this government were so heartless to the extent in which, since ever this government came in, Nigeria has been moving backward. Number one was removing the welfare subsidy. Nobody is disputing that. I believe there must be a way to subsidize, at least for the hardship not to be on the citizen. Nobody says we should not go through hardship, because if you want something to be better at the end of the day, there are some prices that you need to pay. Now, for you to have come out and say, okay, you've set so amount of money to state, you've set so rights to state to distribute, to cushion the effect of the subsidy. No, but we will all know that it is going to be political. Because once APC was the one that is governing the state, what happened to the rest of those people? Nothing. The members of the APC will be the first beneficiary, because they are the one that voted them in. Were those that are in APC, were they the only one that is feeling the pain and the agony that the whole Nigeria is going through? Now you are talking about prices. Automatically you have a lot of road to pay. Number one road for you to pay is just bring down the prices of fuel. Then multiple taxation. The daughter to the president came out recently, before Tinubu, the Yaloja of Lagos, before the hashtag bad governance protest came into reality. The woman was announcing, no protest in this market. Anybody that want to protest should leave this market. She received the greatest insult of her life.
As it should be.
Sooner or later, before the answers, before the hashtag bad governance protest, he later came out to call a press conference. He called all the market women. They came together. They rubbed minds together that the prices they are selling in the market is too high. Then they came out with their agenda. Okay, when they bought the vehicle will charge. On the road safety will charge. When the road safety saw, the road safety will charge, the police officer will charge their own, the revenue collector will charge their own, and all this goes to the commodity that you are conveying into the market. He now said he is begging the president, your dad, that they also have their own role to play. During Fashola regime in Lagos, Fashola told road safety card, all the law enforcement in Lagos, that any vehicle bringing goods, bringing food items to Lagos should not be stopped.
It is food.
Should not be stopped. And when you look at what road safety, go to 7-Up now. Those road safety there, at times you find some vehicles that were conveying food commodity being impounded in their compound here, where they have tomatoes, where they have pepper, where they have this,
and everything was spoiled.
Everything was spoiled. They don't even think, they don't even care.
It is not
what crime. The owner of those goods will go through after their vehicle is being impounded.
It is not a crime if the federal government actually comes out to say that prices of goods should come down. But what are the measures they actually put in place? Number one, if you are giving them 30 days ultimatum, I am coming out as a president, I am giving you just 15 days ultimatum for price of fuel come down. Because I know once you start buying fuel at the rate of, let's just say 300 naira, things will come down drastically.
Things will come down. Can I buy 5 tuber of yam for 5,000 naira? And you expect me to sell for 3,000 naira? It is not possible. It is what I buy that I'm going to sell, because when I'm buying, okay, the vehicle will charge. What is, okay, for instance now, I went ahead to go and buy 100 tubers of yam for 100,000 naira. And the vehicle that is going to convey my market said 20,000 naira. That's 120,000 naira. Forgetting that
once the person gets to market, this market people will still bring their own ticket.
Their own ticket to the road safety official on your way coming back, the police official on your way, the security personnel on your way coming back to the market. At the end of the day, probably what you bought for 100,000 naira, almost 30,000 naira was added to it.
That's 130.
That's 130,000 naira divided by 100 tubers of yam. Then you now put your own gain on it, to at least on each one of these yam. probably 200 naira, probably 300 naira on each. So are you now telling me what I bought and I was able to that what goes to the market at the sum of 130,000 naira, I should sell for 80,000 naira, which is not possible. Which means the federal government has their own role to play.
Until your role is being played judiciously, that is when you can come out to say prices of goods and commodities should come down. Now the Federal Competition and Consumption Protection Commission, FCCPC, gave a month's notice to traders and other market stakeholders involved in exploitative pricing to crash down the prices of goods. The Executive Vice Chairman of the FCCPC, Mr. Tunji Bello, gave the order at a one-day stakeholders engagement on exploitative pricing yesterday in Abuja. According to Bello, the Commission will begin enforcement after the expiration of the notice. He said the meeting was to address the growing trend of unreasonable pricing of consumer goods and services and unwholesome practices of market association. I am not saying you cannot go after all those people you are talking about, but what are the measures you actually...
Let me tell you this. If care is not taken, they are bringing another war into the country. Because you can't just come...
Shobra said something. He said October. There is another process.
You can't just come to my shop now and begin to tell me this is how much I'm going to sell when the price has not been controlled right from the top. Now you said you brought out a rice for 40,000 naira that has nowhere to be found. They close it up. Who are okay? Can you tell me anybody that comes out and say? Can you tell me anybody that has been a beneficiary of those rice?
I am not saying somebody is a beneficiary of what. I am saying even within the short period that they announced that they opened it, they already closed it up.
Now look at what happened here in Lagos. The Lagos state government, they brought out a truck full of eggs. They took it to a market. We all saw the video, it went viral.
Yeah.
Selling a crate of egg for 4,000 naira in that market. Now, those that are in that market, that are egg seller, were selling for 3,500 naira before they brought their own.
They brought theirs for 4,000.
They brought their own for 4,000 naira, telling them that they want to use it to subsidize price. Okay, what is the price that they are subsidizing? They were selling for 3,500 in the market before you came. You people are coming for 4,000 naira. So when they get to the market, if they bought those eggs for 4,000 naira, are you telling me that they are going to sell for 3,500? Yeah. Even in the market where they sell for 3,500 naira, automatically they might have bought those eggs 3,300 or 3,400 naira. So what are those things that the government have provided that will make life better or that will make everything easy for the masses?
The second one here says insecurity, Nigerian army on victory path, says Lagwaja.
Well, I want to commend the Nigerian army for their effort put together to combat crime, but their effort is not enough. I see hope they can do better by looking into the welfare of those people or those children who are the war front. You don't understand what I'm saying. When Lagwaja is coming out to talk, are you telling me Lagwaja, when last did Lagwaja go to war? Lagwaja will only pay a visit to them.
Will he go there?
Lagwaja will only pay a visit to them, not even knowing what they are going through, not even knowing what those guys went through in the wilderness, went through in the bush. One thing I want you to know, serving Nigeria is not by force.
Yeah.
Serving Nigeria is not by force, it's by choice. If you like to serve Nigeria, it's by choice. And when you work for something, if the wages that you are working for is nothing to write off, automatically you will not be diligently in doing those jobs.
You will not carry it out diligently.
When you look at the policemen official, you said they are too corrupt, they are this, they are that, they are into bribery and corruption. There was a NEPA official that said, throughout the month, this same set of people that you people were sending out to go and retrieve money from those people that are owing you, we are being given 30,000 naira to fuel their vehicle for good 1 month. Are you now telling me those boys will not steal?
They will.
30,000 naira. That they will be going from Monday to Friday. Let's say from Monday to Friday. Let's say from Monday to Friday.
5 days.
That's 5 days times 4. That's 20 days in a month. Not to talk of Saturdays. At times, they normally comes around to check those prepaid meter, those people that have prepaid meter on Sundays that are sending out. You give them 30,000 naira to fuel their vehicle for good 1 month. Are you now telling me when those boys goes out there, when they saw you, maybe probably you bypass, instead of them to report to the office, they won't. They will just only bargain with you and collect whatever they want to collect from you. Are you telling me those boys will not go to the extent of stealing? So I want to employ Lagbaja to look into the affairs of those children they sent to the war front, because if you are fighting for the peace of the country, automatically there must be something behind you to lean on. If the government has taken it as a responsibility to take care of the wife and the children of those people that are fighting in the war front, automatically this set of people will fight tirelessly till their last breath to make sure there is peace in the land.
The Chief of Army Staff, COAS, Lieutenant General Tariq Lagbaja, has reassured Nigerians that the military will soon surmount the prevailing security challenges bedeviling the country. Lagbaja stated this during the closing ceremony of the COAS Combined Session and Third Quarters Conference 2024 on Thursday in Uyo. The reassurance is based on security briefings we received from different army formations and command across the country. I must say that the feedback from the various commanders is encouraging. They show that the prevailing security challenges facing the dear nation, though daunting, are surmountable and that we are indeed on the right path to victory, Lagbaja said. Lagbaja also expressed the loyalty and commitment of the Nigerian Army to the country's constitution, as well as the promotion of national interest and values. I assure Nigerians of our resolve to continue to collaborate with its sister services and other security agencies to ensure security of lives and properties across the country. I encourage the law-abiding Nigerians to continue to support government and the security forces in the effort to make our country safe and prosperous, he said. He thanked participants for their sincerity and passion through the deliberation, just as he stated that the Secretariat has adequately captured the decisions arrived at during the deliberation. So it's just like bringing out, clamoring to those that are still there that they can actually do better. But I really wish they would do far better than this, because now, as the farmer, I cannot work freely in Nigeria. As a normal citizen, if I want to travel, I'm always scared.
You'll be scared.
Because I don't know what can actually happen. Now,
the court member that was being kidnapped in Kogi that was traveling to serve their fatherland. You know, it was their parents that paid the ransom for them to be released. Their fatherland that they were going to serve. Nothing that came out from Nigeria. And when they comes out, the police will come out and say, okay, we have been able to bring back those people that have been abducted. You saw what happened in Gaba village almost 4 days ago, where the villagers took it upon themselves to go inside the bush to go and rescue about 150. Why you see the policemen carrying their gun running after Yahoo guys?
It is not their fault. You already said it. When they are being paid stipend, nobody wants to risk their life for. What I want to risk my life for, is it worth it? That will be the first question I will ask myself. So the last but not the least, why cement prices are high? BUA boss, that's BUA. The chairman of BUA Cement, Abdulsamad Rabiu, yesterday said cement dealers frustrated his company's plan to sell cement at 3,500 naira per bag last year. Here, are you saying anything?
Well, what would I say to this? Let me tell you this.
I remember you said something that this man said he wanted to
when Tinubu came in as a president, he was the one that promised to crash the price of cement when they were selling for 8,000. And Dangote, the monopolist, was being the one that had been controlling the affairs of this country. Nobody knew about. Nigeria knew about that, but nobody is doing anything about that. Was the reason why the refinery was about to come out. You see people coming out to oppose from the NNPC. That is not where I'm going. When it came out that the price of the cement is going to be crashed to 3,500 now, he made the promise to the president. At the end of the day,
what did we hear? Nothing
happened, and nobody is coming out to ask or to question. He knows how much he's buying his material. Because let me tell you this: when the good Lord Jonathan was there was a man, Ibeto, was given a license to import cement in Nigeria.
Okay.
In fact, the man went to the extent of even building his plant. He brought cement to Nigeria then. That was the reason when the cement price was 1,500 naira then. It was Ibeto that crashed the price of cement down to 750 naira to 800 naira. When Dangote saw that Ibeto was selling.
Where is he now?
Where is Ibeto? I'm coming to that now. You know, You know, Dangote was the one that killed Lafarge. Lafarge is still existing, but not like the way, not like the way they exist in the olden days. If there is going to be an increment today, Dangote will be the first person to increase. And Lafarge would not even think twice. The next step is for them to increase too. Before you get to know what happened to the company is left behind now. When Beto Cement came, there was a crash in that price. So when Buhari came in now, there was a rapport between Dangote and Buhari. They had to invoke the license of Beto. What happened? After when Beto is being scrubbed in the face of the country, so what happened to him? Then the price of the cement started skyrocketing again. So that was the reason why this set of people, I don't blame the NNPC that are fighting Dangote, because they knew Dangote is going to disorganize the whole thing. Except the only thing that we made Dangote to bring the price of PMX down was because he was frustrated by the NNPC to show to the whole Nigerian that he's a good person. The prices of PMX is coming down. So this one now coming out to say, okay, he had the plan of selling for 3,500 now. If you have the plan, I believe nobody, you are a businessman on your own. Nobody can come out to frustrate your effort. Everybody knows how much you bought is good, and everybody knows how much it's going to sell. I may sell my want to buy of yam for 5,000 naira, and somebody closer to me may sell for 4,800 naira, depending on the amount that you bought.
Speaking at the 8th annual general meeting of the company in Abuja, Rabiu also said that while his company sold over 1 million tons of cement to dealers at 3,500 naira per bag, with the intention that they would pass the benefit to end users, the dealers sold a bag of cement to consumers at between 7,000 naira and 8,000 naira.
Which means the man has done his own part.
He has done his part.
What happened now?
Now it is between we have the manufacturer,
it's between the retailer and the consumers now. He has done his own part. But the part the man has done is not enough. Because I believe once you do something to favor the whole country, you would have come out to announce, this is the price we are selling. Anybody that is selling above this, you have the right to go to the nearest police station, go and report that person. Because there must be an evidence of you buying that cement at that amount of money. Because no cement, no truck will be delivered to your doorstep now without the voucher.
He said the company had to abandon the policy as its intervention was once to subsidize dealers. According to him, Boa Cement could not stop the dealers, whom he said made huge profits from the high margin because the company had no control over prices in the open market. He added that the Naira devaluation last year and the full subsidy removal also played roles in making the policy unsustainable. Rabiu stated, so a lot of the dealers took advantage of that policy. Rather than pass the low prices to customers, they were selling at even double the price we sold to them. Some were selling at 7,000 naira and 8,000 naira per bag. They made a lot of money with the high margin. I think we had sold more than 1 million tons of 3,500 naira before we realized what the dealers were doing.
That's one thing about
and then because of the issues that Nigeria faced at the time about the devaluation of naira last year and the removal of full subsidy, we could not continue with the policy.
Let me tell you this, his effort is not enough.
Jida, I can't say his effort is not enough. His effort was frustrated.
Not frustrated. You can't.
He already said it.
Let me tell you this.
According to what he said,
let me tell you this.
He cannot control the price at the open market.
He promised the president is going to sell for 3,500.
He sold.
Which I believe, on getting to the end user, it should be sold nothing less than 4,000 naira.
He did fulfill this promise.
Now, there must be a setup of a committee.
That should be from the government part. Because now he went to the government, he seeked approval that he wanted to sell cement for 3,500 naira to those that will sell it to the customers, which he did on his own path. Now he came out, he cannot regulate the price at the open market. Okay. That should come from the government.
If you are talking, that should come from the government. Did he really write to the government that, okay, I fulfill my part, this is what is going on in the market, please intervene?
I don't know. I feel the government should have their own part. Now we are talking about he sold it for 3,500 naira and these people are selling it for 8,000 naira. If you ask these people, they will tell you that the importation price, they will still bring it back to 4.
Let me tell you this. If the man actually wants these things to really work, when the there was a crisis between Dangote and the NNPC.
Yeah.
After when the crude oil was ordered to be sold to Dangote in exchange of naira, or you know whatever, you know what I mean by that.
Yes, sir.
When the NNPC came out to say, okay, they believe Dangote is going to sell for 600 naira. What was the response of Dangote? Dangote said, you are not the one to determine the price that I'm going to sell.
Sir, what I am trying to say is, this man said he will make cement and sell it to those that will sell it to customers at 3,500 naira. And I feel on that part, he fulfilled it.
Those people in question should be arrested.
Yeah, now we are talking.
Those people should be arrested.
Let
me tell you, he will not be the one, but he will be the one to report to the government official that there must be an announcement. Let me tell you this. You see, nobody knew. For instance, now, on my own part, I don't know, you are selling. What I heard was you said you are going to sell. As you were selling now, you would have come out again and sell. I have fulfilled my promises by selling to the retailers for the amount of 3,000 naira. Back then you should have set up an investigation committee to go out there from his own company to go and ask how much are they selling. When they now brought the feedback to him, then he cannot report to the appropriate authority. This is what is going on in the market. Please go and swing into action. You know, Nigerian police, once a law is being passed, before the law is being passed, okay, for instance now, when the road safety official came out some years back pertaining to the issue of this old and new plate number, the new plate number that was introduced was the local government area part of it was brought to the last, then like AJ, Shomolu, SMK.
Yes, sir.
There was no logo of Nigeria, no Nigerian logo at the middle.
Sir.
Now when they now said, okay, this one is old again, we want to go out for the new one. And the road safety official announced during that period, it was January, that at the end of the 6th month, they are going to enforce law. That was during Jonathan. They are going to enforce law to be arresting people that refuse to change the old plate number to the new number. The Commissioner of Police Lagos now came out the following day that is going to start his own by arresting people at the end of that January. Then people flied up. Now what do you mean? So for us now who have gotten the plate number, are you telling us that we should go and pay again? You want to turn Nigeria in disarray? You are going to burn down this country. Then, in fact, we feel the impact of Jonathan. After Yarodua, the best president so far in the history of this country, that who is ready to listen to the cry of the people is good Lord Jonathan. I give it to you, sir. Jonathan now came out and stopped that idea. Jonathan, there was an announcement that Jonathan made. Anybody that is buying any new vehicle should go for the new plate number. For those that has gotten the old plate number, you can leave the number. Now what am I deriving from this statement was that Nigerian police, any words that is being said by their ear like this, what happened? Immediately they swing into action. When they said the old national anthem, when anybody that was unable to recite, there was a bill that was passed. Thank God they did not approve the bill.
I was actually waiting for them to approve the bill.
When they passed the bill, they said anybody that cannot recite the... Is either you go to prison, you pay 5 million naira. Now, if you are now coming, once the police had that one, they see it as an opportunity to extort, to make money. Once they had that one, when you are coming with your vehicle now, they will just sit down and say, okay, Oga, bring your plate, bring your this, bring your that, bring your ID card, bring this. At the end of the day, they will tell you to come and recite the old national anthem. Failure to do that, Oga. If I carry you go office, you know, say, I know, say you'll be family man, I beg, roger me before we get to the office. Well, I don't come with that.
I think the problem we have now, should I say the problem is starting particularly from we the citizen, before it gets to the government. Because now for this man to say he actually sold it to them at 3,500 naira, and they coming out to sell not even 5,000, not 4,500 naira, 7,000, 8,000 naira. Definitely, we are the problems of ourselves.
Odoayo, I still tell you, and I will keep on telling you, his best has not been put in place.
Okay. we've come to the end of News Review today. Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. We're on Facebook, on YouTube, on X account, on TikTok, on Instagram at Wisdom Yard Online TV. Thank you, Ambassador Ilu for joining. Thanks to Nokpa, who is our sponsor for all the programs on WYTV. You can as well bring in your products. Let's advertise it to the world. And as well, you can be a sponsor for any of the program you love on WYTV. You can contact us on 070101085549 or you send in a DM. So we'll come again on your screen on Monday. I remain myself, Ojuwayo Adelere. Be good and be fine. Bye for now.